Hey guys, how's it going? This is Average Scale Modeler 77, and today is my first of 3 updates I'll be doing on this F2B by Roden. This is the first one. The second one will be when I have the whole assembly completed, and the third one will be the reveal. Keeps the videos interesting. Usually I do one like, oh, this is the engine, then this is a wheel, and they get kind of boring to me. Like, I feel like I should build a lot more and then do the update. So I decided to do the first update at this stage right here, and I'm already on step 16 it looks like. So gonna have to get the wings going. And watching a lot of World War I planes, I have found out that a lot of people make the mistake of gluing the wings onto the plane and then having to go back and work around trying to paint the underside of the top wing and then the bottom wing. So I'm going to be cautious and patient and paint the wings separately and then glue them on, just so I don't, just so I avoid that mistake. But let's go ahead and talk about the build so far. So far, I haven't been super impressed by this kit. I know, the past kits, you'll like, Philip, doesn't sound like you've had a lot of good kits lately. And, I mean, they're fine kits, don't get me wrong. It's just, sometimes the fit issues really get on my nerves. Especially with this kit, it's not so much that the parts don't fit together and there's gaps. It's just that the way you have to install them is pretty dumb. I mean, there's no real slots to fit parts into. It's more of a little indentation in the plastic that you have to put the stuff in. And then there's nothing to really hold the part in place while it dries, so you have to hold on to it the whole time. And if you don't, the part will droop, like the instrument panel, which gave me a hell of a lot of problems. Not sure if you can see that. Try and get some more light in here. There we go. The instrument panel fits into a little indentation in the plastic, but it's not deep enough. So I had to hold it, and then it drooped when I let go. And I just had to super glue it, but I got it fixed, so no real problem there after that. The seats are painted with Model Master leather. The whole interior, I put a wood grain effect on there. It's my first time really doing that, so it looks pretty crappy. I'll admit that. What I did was take Model Master wood, painted the whole thing Model Master wood, and then I took Model Master leather and dry brushed like darker wood grain on there. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's not like what I saw some other guys post in my Facebook page or, well, what it looks like. But it's good enough for me. Let's get into some of the cockpit issues I had. Actually, first let's talk about the engine. So, you assemble the engine, which is a fairly nice engine, a lot of detail. For me, I think it's a lot of detail. And the things right here fit really nicely in there. Just make sure you hold it down so they don't start bending up. Mine kind of bent up, so the edges were kind of sticking up a little bit. But I just put some more glue down at the bottom, squeezed them, and they were great. No problems there. The things I did have a problem with were these braces that attach to, I'm going to call it the firewall. When you put the cowling on and all this, you have the braces sticking out of the cowling. And when you go to attach the cowling to this piece right here, it sticks out about this much. Like, I'm not even lying, it sticks out this much. And, I mean, it's not supposed to do that. The cowling's supposed to be flush against that piece. So what I had to do was cut this piece of the bracing off, so there really wasn't any bracing at all. And I just glued the cowling directly to the firewall, and that's how I got this right here. So a pretty good fit. I did have a problem with the cowling fitting here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there is kind of a gap going on right there. The camera would focus. Yeah, there we go. Right there, there's a gap. And something I did notice is that this piece right here, it comes down, goes like this, and then it comes down again. So that's what causes the gap. But I didn't want to sand this because I thought maybe that's how it goes. But I'm not really sure. Then I had the same problem here, it's just not as pronounced. And when the cowling attaches here, you get a large, well, what am I looking for? Kind of a ramp. It goes up and then down, and then it goes to this piece. So you had to sand down this piece right here, nice and flush. That took about 5 minutes of good sanding, but it looks really nice right now. One thing I don't really understand completely is the rear gunner turret right here, because Let me focus the camera again. There we go. Well, there we go. Because they say that the thing goes inside the hole, but I mean, if you look closely, you're not going to get this to fit in there. Alright, it's way too big. So I went online, and basically what I've gathered from looking on pictures, it doesn't go inside, it goes on top, which would make more sense, because that's, well, the only way it's going to fit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Whatever, man. I mean, it'll work. So, yeah, that's basically where I am right now. I will continue with this build a little bit more. The wings should be going on pretty soon. Again, like I said, it's not going to be fully assembled in the second update because I want to paint the wings separate. But it should be getting there pretty soon, guys. So this build's progressing fairly quickly. I'm not sure if I want to do a second entry into my group build. If you still want to join it, it's the Great War Group Build. It's a Facebook page. Go ahead and ask to join. More than happy to let you join and build with us. We have about 7 people right now, so that's pretty sweet. So yeah, I'll catch y'all later with another update. Bye.